This like Duelist pack has actually given us a lot more crazy insight to what we might be getting than you might have realized. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. We got our first look at the Light Duelist pack, and I was kind of shocked, actually. We've been over all of the, oh my god, these Trickstar cards are horrible responses here, and, we confirmed Galaxy support. Now, what I want to talk about here is, on the art, notice the Galaxy Eyes number 107 at the top here. Now, let me blow your mind here for a second in terms of craziness. The art for this Tachyon dragon has existed since 2014 on a Shonen Jump playmat that puts this at 10 years old at this point in time for this art. Which you're telling me that they had this card, or at least the design concept for this card, set in stone 10 years ago? Yeah, actually, that's the way it looks. For those of you that also don't remember, we had a very similar case recently with Ponyx, where, we had Ponyx existing as a card, or at least the art of the card, back since Circle of the Fire Kings. Like, take a moment to appreciate and understand, how far back some of this stuff goes. And if they really went, hey, we have these cards and these designs from 10 years ago, and fundamentally, this is how people are, handling things. I'm pretty impressed with that. Makes you wonder how far back the two Egyptian gods go at this point in time. But this was something that really caught my eye here. That, we've got designs for cards over 10 years old at this point. And it really does make you wonder, the golden era of this game, when we still had the anime, they were making these cards, were these just truly concepts? Or were these things that they were like, we'll eventually come to a time where we'll release this? Or was it just something that got cut from the anime? Because, kind of thinking about this, there's an entire deep dive discussion that I would love to understand the intricacies of what goes through these. But a lot of people are like, well, this is just going to be an alt art for Tachyon. It's existed. I don't think that's the case, actually. I don't feel like Konami is going to drop an alt art in this set. And if they do, you're probably still going to get another Tachyon Dragon in this set, because Tachyon Dragon was his card, all right? The cover of this, sporting off the alt art for this, is actually insane to me. So I do think that this is going to be a newly designed card using the art from a mat 10 years ago. Talk about Easter eggs out here that are crazy. Now let's jump back here to our cover pack, because there was another interesting little hint on this pack that I think a lot of people were just like, huh? And it's the little dragon that you see directly behind our duelist here. And what's so very interesting about that is, well, everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's Starleech State for Dragon support, Dragon support, Dragon support. I don't think that this is going to quite be the dragon support that you're necessarily expecting. There's actually a scene from the anime here. Gosh, you gotta appreciate the ability to do screen caps here that showcase kind of a similar dragon here being, nurtured by our duelist, which a lot of people kind of looked around and they're like, wait a minute. Don't we already have, something for this? Well, yes, we do, actually. There's a very similar version to that dragon in the form of number 46, Dragublion. And now everybody's like, wait, number 46 Chaos number? I mean, it's highly possible. or we could just get a retrain of number 46. But for those of you who don't remember number 46, because I don't remember this card too well, it was 2 level 8 dragons to make it. Wow, even back in 2013, 2014, 2015, was nobody making this. Once per turn, if you control no other monsters, you can detach a material from this to activate an effect of either special summon a dragon monster from the hand, target a dragon monster your opponent controls, take control of that target, or your dragon type monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. Whew, I'm not going to lie to you, that's, by modern standards, that's pretty terrible, actually. And if there is some sort of tie-in here to Dragooblion being the ascended version of the card art back behind it, I think it would be really cool, actually. I think one people kind of forget here is, we can have multiple support cards be dropped in a set like this. Not only are you probably going to get Tachyon support, a number C46 is definitely on the table right now. So take a moment to kind of think about all of that and process that, just off of the card pack art alone, we were able to see an image from 10 years ago, by the way. I still think that it's crazy that it makes me wonder how far back. We only know 10 years at this point, but it makes you wonder how much further back that it went. So, what in the world does the rest of this pack actually have to offer us? Because, full disclaimer here, a lot of the GX duelists that were expecting, maybe Cyber Dragons, that were expecting, power-ups for Arcana Force. Hi! I too was expecting Arcana Force. Not gonna lie, looking at the past trends from last year, one of the big things we try to do on this channel is we follow trends, alright? We look at cards that are being made. We looked at Animation Chronicle and we almost were like Arcana Force. That's not to say that they couldn't have stripped out the Arcana Force and put it somewhere else. Animation Chronicle is coming down the pipeline here. But when you're looking at these sorts of cards, and you're pulling, once again, designs from 10 years ago, plus, possibly, you gotta look around here and go, okay, so we did one slot on Trickstar, which was our first wave of support. I know a lot of people genuinely weren't too happy with the support. I've read, I think, 2 comments out of everybody going, wow, this stuff's pretty good, and that's fine. But if you're expecting it to be competitive, no. And then there's a lot of hype for the Tachyon support, the Dragons, Dragon support, guys. Everything's Chaos Dragon support these days out here. And then there's the unknown theme. This is where we go back to, Arcana Force, Cyber Angels were highly sought after. Cyber Dragons. I still do have a working theory out here to everybody looking at Cyber Dragons, just being so upset that they're not in this duelist pack. Relax. They're getting a tactical tri-deck, which means one of 2 things. You might just have Cyber Dragon stuff be the cover of the next set, because that's highly, highly possible at this point. We could just have a Zane Truesdale set explode out of nowhere out here. I think that'd be pretty freaking crazy, actually. I'd be super excited. Or you're just going to get 2 to 3 cards to strengthen the Tri-3 deck, or they just abandon the concept of giving this more support, but it would make sense you'd want people to buy the Tri-3 deck and then give them new support in that. So Cyber Dragon's dodging here is not out of the realm of possibility. But to not see any real context here other than maybe the dragon in the back, possibly symbolizing, maybe a Chaos Dragon-esque thing, but my guess is as good as everybody else's at this point in time. They just totally blew this product out of the water. I guess Ojamas, I feel like maybe they just don't have the selling power on the level that, maybe we were kind of thinking about them having. So, that's kind of sad, actually, that, we didn't really have, I guess, the love for some of these true anime decks. But, you know what? We'll see how well Tachyon sells this set when it comes to the U.S. Buckle up, buckaroo. Might be another $20 duelist pack sitting on the shelves. But hey, at least you'll have price support, right? You won't be sold out of your stores, right? Yeah, because Konami can't reprint Age of Overlord. Well, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think the missing theme is in this set, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.